Hello, thank you for joining me. So, can we just start off by you introducing yourself?
My name is Marilisa Simafranca. I grew up in the Philippines, La Union, the northern part of the Philippines. I moved here in California in 1988, and I worked as a registered nurse in Kaiser Permanente Hospital.
Well, as you know, we're here to talk about sinigang and pork sinigang specifically, but can you tell me a little bit about your connection and sinigang itself?
Sinigang is made of tamarind. They usually use either the fruit or the leaves to make the soup sour. You can make it out of different kind of proteins like shrimp, fish, and in some areas of the Philippines, they even make it out of they even use the chicken to make it sour,
Mhm.
and it's served as a broth, as a side dish. They serve it during gatherings traditionally, or during birthday parties. It's
Mhm.
also considered like a comfort food. And they usually like to serve it when the season is rainy or when it's cold. Nowadays, they usually serve it in the restaurants.
Okay. And then can you briefly tell me a little bit about the history behind it?
Uh, it was made by native Filipinos before the Spanish colonization. They indigenous people made it out of they stew the meat and use the tamarind to make the soup sour. And that's also where the word sinigang came from, means to stew. It means like you cook the meat for a long time until it gets tender.
Right? And
But
then
you
can
find different variations of sinigang across the Philippines. Depending on what local ingredients they have, that's what they use.
okay. And then can you tell me a little bit about like how to make it?
It's usually simple to make if you're using the pork. You'll need onions, garlic, ginger, a lot of tomatoes. Um, for the meat, they usually like to use the pork, like spare ribs, especially. Salt and pepper. You need fish sauce. In some areas of the Philippines, they use taro or potatoes as a starch to make the soup thick. And you use vegetables like string beans, eggplant, okra, or kangkong. I mean, like I said, depending on which part of the Philippines you're from, whatever fruit vegetable they use. And then you use a tamarind or tamarind powder. And then how to make it, you saute the onion, the garlic, the ginger, and then you brown the pork. You add the tomatoes, and then you season it with fish sauce, salt and pepper, and then add the water and let it simmer until the broth uh, or the meat gets tender. Once the meat is soft, you can add your starch, and then you add your tamarind powder and then simmer until the meat is soft. Then you can add whatever vegetable that you want.
All right. That's that's it. Yeah. All right. Thank you for joining me today for the interview. Appreciate it a lot. And yeah.